Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game. I am David, and today we are talking about two of my favorite cards from Dominion Seaside. Now, I am an OG player of Dominion, so my thoughts go back towards 2010, 11, 12. I don't know. I honestly can't remember when Seaside came out. Maybe it wasn't 2010, that's a bit early, but 2012-ish. So I understand. I remember way back in the day when all these cards existed, and I understand some cards have been removed. We're going to talk about one of those cards that got removed, and I'm not sorry to see it go. But I still have fond memories, and I still think it was worth talking about. So, you see Wharf on the screen, right? Let's talk about Wharf. Wharf is an action duration. So what's a duration card? Well, it's a card that you play and you get the benefit of it now and at the start of your next turn, right? Clear cut, you leave it in play. So a Wharf is plus 2 cards plus 1 buy now and at the start of your next turn. So a Wharf alone, without any village-like card, plus 1 card plus 2 actions, anything that just gives you plus multiple actions, is not a broken card. And I used the phrase broken probably completely wrong. It's not an overpowered card. Wharf is a very solid card, a very good card. Don't get me wrong. I think Wharf might be my favorite card in this game. I like having a deck of cards. I like having a lot of stuff in my deck, and I like being able to play a lot of cards. Wharf lets me play more cards. I like efficiency in my deck. Don't get me wrong. I love trashing. I love trimming. I love getting my good stuff more frequently. But I like Wharf. And Wharf lets me play cards. Lets me get to my good cards more frequently. It's better than gold. Well, maybe. You still need gold to make it work. But it's a very solid card. And when you get it that second turn, now that 5-card hand turns into a 7-card hand. That hand that got attacked, that's down to a 3 or 4-card hand, now all of a sudden is back up. So that attack hurt less. Ways to mitigate things. So, I really enjoy Wharf. I think it's a very good card. The rankings agree that it's a very good card. We don't talk a lot about rankings here, but still, the rankings agree. All right. The card that was removed, Ambassador. Now, I will admit I play most of my games of Dominion 2 players. But the games I have played of 3, 4, 5, and 6, yes, I have been an insane, crazy person playing 5 and 6 player games of Dominion. Ambassador is mean, Ambassador is messy, and oh goodness, I wanted to scream because I didn't have a way of trimming my deck other than Ambassador, and my deck was bloated with copper and estates, and there was nothing to do with that stuff. Or worse, curses. Because here's the deal. You get to reveal a card from your hand, return up to 2 copies of it from your hand to the supply, and then each other player gains a copy of it. So, initial game, right? You can put 2 of your coppers out of your hand. Now your deck's smaller, right? You're going to draw those good cards over and over and over again. It's a trasher, except those coppers have now been distributed to every other player. In a 2-player game, it's an ambassador war, right? You have an ambassador, I have an ambassador. We're going to exchange cards. We're going to go back and forth, give stuff to each other that we don't want. It's okay. We're playing that game. I get it. But in a 3 or a 4, if you don't get lucky with your draws, or rather, if you get very unlucky with your draws, you can't play that game. And more stuff necessarily is getting thrown at you than you can ever put back. And that just is not a fun experience. So I understand in the update, Ambassador had to get gone. Still, for the 2-player aspect of it, I really like Ambassador. I really think Ambassador was a fun card. Because you look at Ambassador and you're kind of like, but will I ever actually? I don't know, but And then it's used against you, and you go, oh, that's why I done goofed. I need to get like 3 of those now and fix my deck. But it's too little too late. And you realize the next opportunity you have to fix your mistake is the next time you play the game with Ambassador in it. Ambassador is not quite as efficient as Chapel, right? Chapel trash 4 cards. But Ambassador does that little bit extra that give each player a copy of the card you throw out. So in a game where curses are coming out, in a game where curses are infesting your deck, in a game where ruins, even where ruins are in play, just the ability to give a ruins to the next player, because ruins have different names. You can't guarantee that there's multiple ruins of the same name, but you can guarantee that one copy is going to the player on your left. It's a nice way to discard cards and bulk up somebody else's deck. Ambassador has its limits, right? It's definitely not going to help in a Gardens game, in any kind of a game that cares about unique cards, or in any kind of a game that has an extra trasher. But Ambassador definitely plays a nice role in an engine game. So those are 2 cards from Seaside that I think have a great amount of use. When you see Wharf, necessarily buy it. Make a plan to buy it. Every deck is improved by the presence of Wharf in it. Guarantee you that. Okay? Hey, thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming back, joining me here in 2023. Appreciate your time. Until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care, everybody.